Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
A Thompson man is facing 3 felony sex crimes after court documents say he has sexually abused a young girl since 2016. 50-year-old Michael Shenaretz is charged with felony continuous sexual abuse of a child and 2 felony counts of corruption of a minor. Court documents say a 16-year-old girl told investigators that Shenaretz has been sexually abusing her, that is, since she was 12 by groping her over her clothes. The victim states this happened almost every morning for months unless other people were present. The victim told investigators the sexual abuse escalated that summer and continued multiple times a week until the victim says she got her first boyfriend at age 14. She said the abuse became less frequent, but did not stop. Court documents say the final time Shenaretz sexually assaulted her was in March of 2020. Well, this beautiful weather continues and the sun really does feel good. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good afternoon. It is beautiful out there. We have some blue sky and some sunshine still hanging around. It's nice to have several days in a row of this. Usually we just get a little break and then it's more storms. That's not the case right now. We're in a nice dry stretch. Looking at your temperatures right now, we are in the low to some upper 70s. It's 77 degrees in Fargo. It's 76 in Grand Forks and 72 in Fosston. That was the cool spot this morning and it's the cool spot now, relatively speaking, of course. And the radar and satellite maps showing pretty quiet weather. Now, we talked about this morning about kind of being in between two systems here in the valley. We've got that low up to the north that continues to bring in some clouds along the boundary waters in Minnesota there. And then there are some clouds down to the south and west associated with this system that's moving through. And it may bring a sprinkle or two to places like Brown County or Dickey County here in the southwestern part of our viewing area today. Otherwise, in between, lots of areas of blue sky and sunshine and temperatures that are going to be into the low 80s for Fargo today. We'll let you know exactly what you can expect where you are coming up in just a few moments, and we'll take a look at when our next chance for rain is too. And that's in our 7-day planner.
You can never go wrong with blue skies in the sky. Thank you, Lisa. The Minnesota Department of Corrections is moving the state's prisoner intake operations from the St. Cloud prison, where the number of coronavirus cases has spiked. The intake function will move to the Lino Lakes prison north of the Twin Cities this week and will remain there for the unforeseeable future to allow the St. Cloud facility to stabilize its number of cases. That's according to the Corrections Commissioner Paul Snell. The St. Cloud prison had 122 positive COVID-19 cases as of Tuesday, a big jump from just 2 cases in late June. Many of those tested didn't have any symptoms until this week. All incarcerated men initially went to the St. Cloud prison where they're quarantined for 14 days. Once they are sent to another prison, they are quarantined for another 2 weeks. The Minnesota Department of Health has released updated COVID-19 numbers within the state. 681 new cases have been confirmed, along with 9 new deaths. The death toll in Minnesota is now 1,589, while 46,636 people are listed as recovered. 310 patients are currently being hospitalized. 89 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in North Dakota, along with 2 new deaths. The victims, a woman from Cass County and a man from Burleigh County, were both in their 80s with underlying health conditions. 102 deaths in total have now been attributed to the illness. The daily positive rate is currently 2.6%, while there are 1,038 active cases. 5,087 are now listed as recovered. 2 people were hurt after a crash in Lemuel County, North Dakota. The Highway Patrol says the crash happened yesterday afternoon around 4:30. A pickup pulling a gooseneck trailer was traveling westbound on Highway 13 when it went through the marked intersection with Highway 281. Another vehicle on Highway 281 struck the trailer, which detached and ended up in the ditch. The pickup also ended up in the ditch as well. A 64-year-old woman was taken by Life Flight to a hospital for serious injuries. The driver of the pickup has just minor injuries, but charges are possible against him. Police say a man captured on surveillance video breaking windows at a South Minneapolis auto parts store and days after George Floyd's death is a Hells Angels member who was bent on stirring up social unrest. The man was dubbed Umbrella Man for his all-black getup. His actions soon led to an arson fire that police say was the first of several that transformed peaceful protests into chaos. A Minneapolis police arson investigator wrote in a search warrant affidavit that police identified the 32-year-old suspect through an email tip last week. The fire spread and caused an estimated $500 million in damage. People are less likely to touch their face if they are wearing a mask. Chinese researchers looked at videos showing nearly 7,600 people in various public settings in numerous countries, including the U.S. The videos were recorded both before and after the pandemic that found people who wore face masks were less likely to touch their face, especially their eyes, nose, and mouth. The greatest decreases were seen in China and South Korea, where mandatory face mask policies were in place at the time of the study. President Trump is once again spreading misinformation about the pandemic, retweeting conspiracy theories, and promoting unproven drugs. He spent most of his coronavirus briefing yesterday defending things he retweeted that directly counter his own comments just a week ago. Paula Reed reports from the White House.
President Trump was back to his usual ways at Tuesday's press briefing, sparring with reporters and pushing the controversial drug hydroxychloroquine.
I think it's become very political. I happen to believe in it. I would take it. As you know, I took it for a 14-day period, and I'm here, right?
But his own FDA cautions against using the drug to treat COVID, warning of serious heart rhythm problems. The president also defended his decision to retweet this video, which promotes the drug.
We're America's frontline doctors.
Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube all deleted the video for making false claims about COVID, including that there's a cure for the virus and that masks are not necessary, neither of which are true and contradict the administration's own guidance.
I think they're very respected doctors. There was a woman who was spectacular in her statements about it.
Actually used to these medications.
But that woman has also made videos saying things like doctors make medicine using DNA from aliens.
I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her.
The president also retweeted an attack on Dr. Fauci, but he continues to insist the two have a great relationship.
He's got a very good approval rating, and I like that.
Even as he wondered aloud why he wasn't as popular as the top doctor.
Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx also highly thought of, and yet they're highly thought of, but nobody likes me. It can only be my personality.
In an interview out this morning, President Trump revealed that he never confronted Vladimir Putin on intelligence, indicating Russia paid the Taliban to kill U.S. troops. Democrats have seized on this issue, suggesting this evidence the president won't challenge Putin, even when American lives are at stake. Well, gun stores across the country are experiencing an ammunition shortage right now as many people try to stock up during these uncertain times. Industry experts say demand for guns and ammunition has never been higher, with sales jumping some 300% in recent months. The pandemic, coupled with nationwide protests and being an election year, have created the perfect storm for gun and ammo sales. Shotguns, AK-47s, and handguns are in high demand right now and becoming harder to find. Also in high demand right now are concealed carry classes and permits. And 1 in 4 cars and trucks you pass are at least 16 years old. That's according to what analysis of what Americans are driving. The average age of vehicles in the U.S. has climbed to an all-time high of 11.9 years. 2020 is the 4th straight year the average vehicle age in the U.S. has increased. It extends a trend over the last 2 decades, during which Americans hang on to their cars and trucks longer. Well, coming up at noon, a new survey showing parents are still worried about the uncertainties of the upcoming school year, and the beautiful sunny weather continues. Now that weather to plan your day is coming up next.